Sometimes when we think of sex trafficking, we think of issues that are over there, problems that are over there, but not within our community. That's not the case. Sex trafficking is all around us, even in suburbia. Teresa was 15 years of age. She lived in an upper middle class suburb in Detroit, and she would go to school. The community didn't have a lot of crime, but there she met some friends at her high school who later she'd realize would change her life forever. These high school boys they showed interest in her, and they cared for her, and they said, hey, why don't you come hang out with us? And so after about 6 months of building her trust and building this relationship with them, one of the boys said, hey, you want to ride home? She said, sure. But he didn't take her home. He took her to his house. He said, hey, come on in for a Coke. She said, no. I said, come on, I got some good soda. Let's just go, hang out. And she felt weird about it, but she said, okay. I'll do it anyway. She felt a little coerced, and she went inside. They gave her a soda, but they laced it with something, and it caused her to be incapacitated. They raped her. They took pictures of her, and when she came to be, they told her, listen, you belong to us now, and you have two options. One is you could cooperate with us, or we're going to kill you and your family. So for the next 2 years, she became their sex trafficking slave. She lived in her own house in a suburban Detroit, Michigan community, but yet she was a sex trafficking slave. They said, we'd come pick you up around midnight, you'll work for us for 3 hours or so, and then we'll take you back home. So that's exactly what they did. They'd take her out about midnight, they'd take her to these nice fancy mansions. Sometimes they'd even take her to these dingy motels. It just depended. And they would sell her to multiple men every single night. On one occasion, she thought that they were going to leave her for dead, or they were going to come back and kill her. She had just been sold to multiple men. So these traffickers, remember, met her when she was 15 years old. These traffickers, some of them were upperclassmen in her high school, so they would sell her in the middle of the night, and she would see them in high school. Imagine that. So when everything just came to a head, she was sold to multiple men in this hotel room, and before the traffickers came back to get her, she managed to get up, walk out, and she ran into a server at a diner, and the server realized there was something wrong, called the police. The police got involved. They relocated the family, and she's been in therapy, and she started an organization called SOAP, Saving Our Adolescents from Prostitution. I say all this because sex trafficking is all around us. It exploits women. It abuses women. It's not just women, it's men. And sex trafficking is part of a bigger problem called human trafficking. This is a big deal. This is a huge deal. And this is something God is against. And God's against it. We need to be against it.